Woo! Stream time! Stream time! Stream time! What a wonderful dream time! Stream time! Stream time! What a wonderful dream time! Stream time is the best time for fun times with you. Fun times with friends. Shooby dooby dooby doo. Alright, what's up, guys? I'm streaming. And it feels good because earlier, well, basically all day and last night, I've been sick. I've had, we'll just say, an upset stomach. And I've been running a fever. But up until like an hour ago, fever finally, for the most part. Hello, Mr. M, the Red Lightning. But for the most part, fever's gone, and I've been in the bed sleeping all day. So now I've got all this energy. I know it's kind of a late stream than what I usually do, but it's my day to stream, and I wanted to stream. So that's what I'm going to do. Glad you're joining us, Mr. M. Trey came over earlier in the day, even though I was sick, and I wasn't as sick when he first came, and then I just kept getting worse and worse, and eventually we had to quit. But we got a lot of recording done on the Nuzlocke, and so I probably immediately after the stream, I'm going to throw that into Premiere and start editing it to see if I can get a first episode out. That will hopefully go out tonight, first thing in the morning. So that's basically all I got. I'm excited about the new game, though. It's called the Stanley Parable. And one of the few streamers / YouTube gaming people that I follow started doing it. And on the first episode, I watched like the first 5 minutes. I was like, this is so cool. I want to do this on a stream. Well, good night to you, Mr. M. Thanks for stopping by. And anyway, so I was like, I want to do this game on stream. This game seems really cool. And so I'm going into it blind. And from what I could tell, it's a pretty trippy game. And anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. And I'm going to hop in here. Let's see. Where we at, Stanley? There we go. So, first off, look what's going on with the computer here. Oh, that's weird. It's like a computer within a computer within a computer. Alright, well, hopefully I'll captivate you, Mr. M, and you won't be able to leave because you'll be so enthralled with what's going on that you won't be able to help yourself. Anyway, you were playing the Stanley Parable. Like I said, I've seen the first 5 minutes. I don't really know anything outside of that, but I still really like this. Trey, if you're watching, let me know if the audio sounds good, like if you can hear the game well. No noise right now on the loading screen. End is never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Or was he?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Oh.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk
Oh,
and
all right.
stepped
I'm
out
in
of his
control.
office.
What's it say? I hate Mondays. Alright, just kind of getting a feel. Oh,
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
what? Does that happen again if I close the door?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial
crap,
outcome
it's
fell
locked.
under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No.
Okay,
This
alright, I
couldn't
won't
go
close the door
anywhere
next
except
time.
badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon.
Subtitles, somebody asked. Let's see, audio. Closed captioning. Subtitles, full captions. We'll do full captions.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken
There we
to.
go.
He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Alright, I won't close the door this time. Here we go, walking out the door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't want to go to the meeting room.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Somebody left a mess. Open all the doors. What's going on in here? Alright, I'll awaiting input. Input received. Okay. Is there any more? Oh, what does this say? Username access. Oh, did I turn it off? What does this one say? I'm being polite. I'm saving company resources and power. I'm turning off everybody's computers.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah. That's not how we're going to do that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee lounge. We could do that.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I want a soda. Soda drinks. $1.25 for a can? Whatever.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
You guys keep it nice in the chat, please.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room, but at last he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First open door? Nah. What is this?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Uh-huh. What is this room? A4. What's A4? I don't know. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Okay. I'm not suspicious of doors closing behind me at all. What is this? Warning. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift 5,000. Why would anybody want to...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Beautiful.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No, I don't want to give you a chance. I don't like how the doors keep closing. I don't know what I'm forgiving you for, Mr. M.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright. Red door or blue door? Follow the voice. Red door or blue door? Alright, blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
What about this one? This is blue.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Ooh, creepy.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Oh, I'm
Broken
sorry.
rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires.
Wish I could
of
jump.
yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
We'll go this way. Duh.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Let's see. Feedback. Please rate your experience 1 through 5.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ooh. It's fancy. First, skid, notch for notch. What? Stanley. Oh, okay. Oh, and above me was a dead rat? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go through this one again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left
the baby.
towards danger. You press the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
9,376 isn't too bad. Oh, look at the baby. No, baby, don't go in the fire. Don't go. Aw.
You heartless bastard.
I'm sorry.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
I love this narrator.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What?
Well, Stanley, is this
Minecraft?
better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough?
Oh, I can't jump.
Stanley, will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you.
That was weird.
From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I don't trust it. I don't wanna. I'm being so defiant right now. Fine. I don't have anywhere else I can go. Come on, go in the hole.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
See if we can get the music from Minecraft. Okay.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope. I don't have anything.
No. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I heard zombies and spiders and skeletons. Oh my gosh.
Yes! I don't even know what this
Portal.
game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
A puzzle.
Critical thinking, Stanley. Your
Speed run.
forte.
I already know. I feel like I'm gonna have to play this game twice because I'm like being completely defiant now, and then I'd like
Genius.
want to listen to him again if like I play it a second time.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Which is why I'd rather not continue to waste my time. I'm just going to leave you here. I think I jumped a little early. Now we're in a hole in the ground. It's so dark. I don't feel like that's the right way. Filing cabinets. Another hole. Can I go through here? Can. Wish I could see something. Nope. Whoa. 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 Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got 510. Nothing here. I'm just gonna assume I can't open these doors. Oh, 423. Where's 420? That's for you, Bumblewum. What's all that? I want to go in there. I want to look at those computer screens. They look so fancy. Wait, what's this way? Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I was gonna say, where am I? Wait, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm all the way at the beginning again. Oh.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
The meeting room. I don't want to go to the meeting room. You've made this personal now. Wait. Oh, that's 417. 421. Oh, there's your door, Woms. Nothing there. I checked it out for you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. I don't know anything about this game, Woms. Oh, that's bright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna keep going. Everyone is unique. You most of all. To do slides, charts, and slides. Monetize, free to play. Right. Profits. Alright. Ooh, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. I'm gonna hang out in the broom closet. We're gonna hang out in...
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What's FA? Stay.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I love this. I love the dialogue that you can find.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friend is finding it concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Stanley might be, I don't know.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright. Alright, well...
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Come on, you know there was no other way this was gonna go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him?
Oh my god, where are my feet?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
What's going
His
on over
co-workers
here?
weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose
That
his
looks
job.
yucky.
He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
What?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal, I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This
I
guy's so
am
calming.
okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me
Oh,
up.
God.
My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am
Ah!
real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, okay. Am I going to be back in my office? I feel like I'm
This
going
is
to be.
the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, hello, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ding! The end is... Okay. Jeez. Back is square one here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, these computers...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Remember the computer's having this on here. Alright, we're gonna... Might be a little bit more compliant.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine, fine. This is like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
All good advice. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, fancy. Can't go in the bathroom. Can't leave. It's in here. Can't go in there. We'll go in.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
What?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And we're going down. Whoa. Loading, 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 loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, I guess that's not going to work anymore.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nope. Nope, nope.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
But is it really death? I've got to find out.
Nope, still on board with death.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I will go with it. Where's the death at? I don't see any death down here.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Peace. I guess I really did die. No, wait, maybe not. Ah!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No! 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 No!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or not.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? This is cool. Sorry, I'm not talking much because the narration is just phenomenal in this game, and I'm just like sit back and enjoying it. The office? No? We'll just do. No? Solitaire. Let's see. Employee database. Loading employee. Can't read that. Oh, employee database loaded. Please enter your command. Print employee status printing. Total employee. Employee in database 604. Total employees in office 2. 2. Me and who else? Huh. Credits? Is that really? Is it the only people who made the game? That's pretty impressive. Go that way. Let's go this way though. Office clock. Impressive. Boss's office. So many things.
He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Kevin Briding, the voice and recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's
This is
the kind of thing
weird.
you pick up on in children.
Oh. Ooh, what is this? No, come back. I didn't touch anything. Exit? Oh. Hold on, I'm not done looking yet. I'm not done looking. Countdown room. Apparently there's a lot of stuff that I haven't found yet. What's in here? Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February of 2013. Oh, I can't walk in there. Alright. That's not very exciting. Huh. Alright. I feel like I'm going to go to the exit. What are you talking about, meta? I don't understand, Wums.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Well, I know, I get that, Wums. I'm not worried about that. It'll still be an experience either way.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
Oh, a little disclaimer. I got this game off Humble Bundle, Google Humble Bundle. I got this game and like 5 other games for like $5. If you know what Humble Bundle is, it's awesome. You can pay whatever price you want, basically, and it goes towards charity, and you get a whole bunch of games that game developers like kind of throw their game in the pot. But I don't want to. I want to keep playing. That's weird. But I like it. Alright. Let's play by the rules. We'll play by the rules. Yeah, just Google Humble Bundle. Bundle, not Bumble. I'm not getting a narrator this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, close enough, Bumble. Moms.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Down we go. This might be a one-shot. I feel like I'll exhaust all the endings before the stream's over with.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I do have the strength to find out. See, camera. Oh, just one button. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Ooh.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been
Just say hi.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I can't remember what else I got in the Humble Bundle. I'll look it up after I get done with the stream. There's a couple good ones on there.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Ooh, what's
Stanley
that?
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I will. Okay, I'll do it. if that involves looking up here and pushing this button, because that's what I'm about to do. 4? What's 4? Makes a cool noise. Alright. I did absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go down here where this glowy thing is. Look at this. This is cool. Okay. Ooh. Oh, 5? Is there an order? Are these buttons here? I will push buttons in order if I have to. Alright, let's go see if we can find 1, 2, and 3. Alright. So there's 5. There is 4. There's 3. We got 1 and 2. Okay. 1, 2. 3. Four. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I'm figuring out this game. I'm sorry, Jesse, that you cannot feel your arm. That's alarming. 5. Is there any more buttons? Was there a 6? Is that it? Or are we just not doing anything? Am I overthinking this? Oh, ooh, big button. What does this one do? Oh, nothing apparently. Alright. We'll go flip this switch then.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Alright guys. On or off? What should I do? On or off? On or off? And while we sit here and wait on responses, how are you guys been? I've been sick. I've had a fever all day and it's been horrible. But me and Trey did get some Pokemon Nuzlocke recorded. And hopefully you guys will have an episode of that up tonight or tomorrow. Off. On. Okay, we got one off. We got one on. Obey, obey. Alright, we got one off, one on. We need somebody to tilt the balance here. I think I am dead. Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't help my on-off situation here. Alright, we'll go off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Blackness.
Was it over?
Oh, that's not very...
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
That's true.
Where
Lots
had
of puzzles.
his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
This is a really big
Whatever
door.
life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
No, Stanley didn't. No, he didn't. He walked back this way with absolutely nothing to do. Okay, alright, I'll step through the open door.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I'm not in control.
The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, I got an achievement. Beat the game. Alright. Now I want to know what the on switch
All of
does.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps. Hey, angry grandpa in the house.
When Stanley came
Seen
to
you
a
in a
set
while.
of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Speed
Yet there was
run.
not a single person here either.
Oh, I can't jump.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
I just got an
decided to go
achievement
up
for
his
trying to
boss's
jump.
office.
Says you can't jump.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, we're gonna see what the other switch does.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks.
Was it
Not a
4825?
living soul anywhere.
No, I think it's
Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
Oh,
When
hush.
at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
I did no such
What
thing.
could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into
Amazing.
the newly opened passageway.
Alright, let's go see what that other button does. Oh, the button, oh, the button, oh, the button, what's the button do? We're gonna do what the button does. Gonna listen to the narrator, man. Gotta get there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
It's not like I have an option. You close the door behind me. Alright.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
I wish I remember what my number was. I'll have to remember to look next time.
Individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place, where freedom meant
Why is that box glowing? That's weird.
this mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
427. Can I jump? Nope. Can't jump. Alright, 427. Okay, there it is. Yep, that's my office.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You're talking about your arm, Jesse? You need to go to a doctor.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, Wums. We're gonna do it. We're gonna turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance.
Oh, there's a big puzzle and I don't know what to do.
When I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
No!
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button,
Let's see.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control.
Oh god, I don't know what to do.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I didn't like the on button. But here we are. Back at it again.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Later. Yeah, I'm about to cut this one short.
Now listen carefully,
True.
this is important.
This might be my last
Stanley
run through.
walked through the red door.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Well,
That's pretty.
oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I don't want to kill myself. That's a pretty drawing.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
La, 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 la.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you? Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please
How
get
did I
back
survive
to the
that?
other room? No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Wait, how did I get in here?
No, perhaps not. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much
You
to
sound
ask.
so sad.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
And we're back. Alright guys, that was fun. Yeah, it took up an hour, 19 minutes. Pretty not too bad. So yeah, that's called the Stanley Parable. It was a lot of fun, really interesting. Let me a second. Let me see what else I got, because I got that off the Humble Bundle. And here, we'll move my face in the chat over here. Let's see. Right, let's see. Nope. That's not right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sweet. So, it's Humble Bundle. It's a pretty sweet website if you don't know anything about it. Basically, Spencer, you just missed it. You missed the stream, man. I'm about to get off. Anyway, we've got 2 bundles here, and basically, you can pay what you want. Like for this one, you at least got to pay $1, but for $1, you get all these. Pay more than the average, which is $7.44, and you'll get these and these. Pay $12 or more, and you get all of them. $25, you get this plushy thing. Anyway, these things change out. Like this one will change out in 12 days. But I got this one. And let's see. It came with Worms, 80 Days, Her Story. I got the Stanley Parable here. So I paid $5 and some change. And I got these 2 as well. I didn't go for 10. I didn't care for Borderlands or Day of the Tentacle. I think I actually own this for the PS4 anyway. So was not too concerned about that. But yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm about to go edit some Pokemon Nuzlocke video that me and Trey shot today, and hopefully have that uploaded on the channel tonight or in the morning. I'm interested to see how well it goes. Doing a lot of new things creative wise for that, so I'm excited. Hope you guys like it. If not, we'll do something else. Yeah, if you want to go to jail, that's cool too, I guess. Anyway, where's chat? There it is. I'm going to go eat something and do something. I don't know. I've got lots of energy because I've had a fever all day and I've been sleeping. And now like wide awake. So, I don't know. We'll see. As I'm yawning. I'm going to lay back down. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you're watching this video outside the stream and you liked it, consider subscribing. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Handles are Two Beards Play. And anyway, we post when we're going to stream and just other cool stuff. So go check it out if you haven't. And I'm out.